I did it. I went to the gym even though I had a broken foot. Everyone was looking at me like, why are you here? But that's what I call discipline. And maybe I'm a little bit addicted to training, but never mind. But hold up, Will, how did you break your foot? Well, let me explain.
So I had this football game in a huge stadium. We were first in the standings and the team that we were playing against were our big rivals. We already played against them earlier in the season and lost. So we wanted revenge. We played a good game, but things were heating up quickly. We also had some supporters from the other team that were trying to distract our goalkeeper. It was still a few minutes to play when I had a huge chance. But at that moment someone came sliding in with 100 miles an hour and hit my foot. I was laying on the ground for a few minutes but the referee didn't whistle and we had no more substitutes, so I had to play the game until the end. Afterwards I took my shoe off and I immediately knew something was off. I went to make a scan at the doctor and yes, my foot was broken.
And definitely don't forget to subscribe, because something that I noticed when you guys subscribe, my foot heals so much faster. I still don't know why, but just do it. So the first week was like hell for me. I had to lay on the couch for hours doing nothing other than editing videos, reading, watching Netflix, sleeping and repeat. And this actually sounds okay, but it definitely isn't when you have to do this cycle over and over and over again, all without even being able to stand on your feet. I was basically limping around the house for days. And definitely don't let me start to talk about taking a shower. And the worst thing of all is that I had this amazing high school party planned with an old friend of mine all the way across the country. And yes, I had some hope. Maybe I could go by train and then party with my medical crutches. But then this scenario went on in my mind, that someone for the slightest second would stand on my foot, or even worse, the other one, because in that case all hell would break loose. So coming back to my point, being alone in the house and doing jack shit really sucked. And that's why at one point I had enough. I went to the gym limping for like 500 meters. And believe me, this is a lot when you do it this way. All drenched in sweat, I didn't even have to do a warm-up anymore. I arrived at the gym and I actually managed to get a workout in. Yes, I did it. So it is possible, but you have to keep a few things in mind. Number one, do the things that you can do. So I broke my foot, so I didn't want to do leg day. And I know, as I said in another video, never skip leg day. So I didn't like that feeling, but I had to. So I worked on my chest, shoulders and my triceps. Also my favorite day of them all. So focus on the things that you can do at that certain moment. It was really funny because when I was in the gym, there was also another guy that broke his arm and he could only train his legs. So he was like, oh, I'm so jealous of you right now because I want to train my chest. And then I was like, hey, yeah, I can definitely understand why you're jealous. But at that moment, I also realized that after my gym session, I had to limp all the way back home. That was a big realization for me. But coming back to the moral of the story, it was really nice to see that I wasn't the only one that had something broken and still went to the gym. So my point is, focus on the things that you can do, and that also correlates with the next one. If it is possible to train your other body part, then you should definitely do it. Studies say, for example, you're injured on your right arm and you can still train your left arm, you should do it. Because when you train your left arm, because of the central nervous system, your fibers in your right arm will also be affected. So what I'm trying to explain is, if you train this way, your muscles are less likely to decrease in your injured arm compared to when you don't train your legs at all. And that's something that I learned yesterday. So I immediately used this technique. If it's possible to train your other body part, do it. And then the last thing that I want to explain to you, don't go too hard. Your body is still recovering, so it needs time to heal. So give your body that time and train to maintain your muscle when you're injured, instead of pushing yourself to the maximum to build even more muscle, because that is not the main priority at this moment. You want to feel fit and you want your injured body part to heal as soon as possible. So don't make it harder for your body to heal. And if you do this, I can guarantee you that everything will fall in place. And that's it. This is the way that everyone can go to the gym, even when you're injured. No excuses today, my friend. And then I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye.